First at 4, a local mother faces a judge. She's accused of leaving her baby alone in a car while she went shopping. Paula.
Hi, Karen. Today, it's another one of those big talkabouts. We're talking about parents and social media. Not just them looking at what their kids are doing, but looking at their responses to what their kids are doing on social media. It's a brand new study out from University of Michigan C.S. Mott Children's Hospital. Karen?
Well, the calendar says spring arrives tomorrow, but will the long-awaited change of seasons really change your forecast? You're about to find out. First at 4 starts now.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a Wayne County mother facing misdemeanor child abuse charges. She's accused of leaving her baby alone in the car while she went shopping. 35-year-old Jamie Stefanko was arrested last Wednesday when police say they found her child inside her car in the Sam's Club parking lot in Southgate. She told police she left the child in the car because the baby was sleeping. Stefanko was arraigned today on 2 child abuse misdemeanors. Detroit police are investigating a robbery and deadly shooting that happened in broad daylight on the city's west side. They say 2 suspects robbed an auto parts store on Coyle Street about 11 a.m. They stole a significant amount of cash and then shot and killed the store owner, a man in his 60s. We're gathering more information on this story. We'll have a live update tonight at 5. Firefighters on Detroit's west side rescue an elderly man from a burning house. The fire started just after 2 o'clock this afternoon at a home on Dexter in Montgomery. The 70-year-old man was trapped upstairs. A brave neighbor took a ladder and then tried to get in the home to help, and that's when fire crews arrived and actually made the rescue. The elderly man is expected to be okay. The Macomb County Clerk's battle to stay in office has reached a critical point with a new court hearing. Karen Springer has been under fire for months. Well, today, other Macomb County officials filed a motion to prove Springer violated election laws. They say she did not live at this home in Warren when she ran for office as she claimed. If the judge agrees, well, Springer could be removed from the clerk's office. Springer filed a motion to have the case dismissed. The judge is considering both motions. If neither is granted, the case goes to trial. We'll keep you posted. In today's first forecast, we're just 20 hours from the arrival of spring, not like we're counting, but the question, will we actually notice a change of seasons? Let's bring in meteorologist Paul Gross, who is in for Ben Bailey. Hi, Paul.
Yeah, hey, Karen. We have quite a temperature contrast across the area. Check this out. Now, if you're near the big waters, which are still quite cold, look, 39. You're not even in the 40s in Mount Clemens, 41 Windsor and City Airport, but you get further inland and you're in the 40s. Now, watch our south zone. You can see Monroe County, you've got that influence here off of Lake Erie. You're only in the upper 30s, but again, you get inland. Places like Manchester, for example, you're at 45 degrees. Same thing holds true in our west zone, much further removed from the water, so you're in the low to mid 40s here. And then you get into our north zone, and now you have the Lake Huron influence, where look at this, we're only in the low 30s up here in parts of the thumb. Fortunately, no weather to talk about around here. We just have clear skies, a few very thin wispy clouds to the south, and that will continue through the evening as temperatures quickly fall to near 30 by midnight. Be back to talk to you more about the close call with tomorrow's storm in just a bit, Karen.
All right, thank you, Paul. There is a growing sense of urgency this afternoon for police in Austin, Texas, where for the 4th time in 3 weeks, people have been injured by an explosion. The latest bomb, which exploded Sunday, was different from the others, but police believe all 4 are connected. 2 men were injured in the latest blast. This investigation taking a new turn this afternoon. Kimberly Gill joins us from the newsroom. And Kim, police are growing more and more concerned about these crimes.
That they are, Karen. Good afternoon to you. Police are saying the latest bombing shows a higher level of sophistication, and this time the victims were randomly hit. Austin police are looking for security camera video from the area, hoping for new clues. The 3 other bombs that have killed 2 people and injured 2 others were inside packages left on the doorsteps of homes. But Sunday's bombing was very different. 2 men were walking their bicycles between a fence and a street when they were hit. And they actually hit a tripwire that set off the bomb. They say all 4 bombs have similarities, and that's why they suspect a serial bomber is at work. The new bombing has police issuing a new kind of warning to the people of Austin.
The belief that we are now dealing with someone who's using tripwires shows a higher level of sophistication, a higher level of skill. And so now what we are imploring the community to do, if you see any suspicious object or item that looks out of place, do not even approach it, but instead call 911 and report that to the police department.
And police say the 2 men injured in Sunday's bombing are in stable condition with what police call significant injuries. At this time, investigators are not viewing these bombings as terrorist attacks. Right now, they can't say what the motive might be. They're actually urging the bomber to contact them and let them know what kind of message he or she might be sending. And the reward for information leading to an arrest has reached $100,000 so far, Karen. So we'll continue to follow this story tonight at 5 and, of course, on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, which comes at 6:30. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Kim. President Donald Trump is rolling out his plan to fight opioid addiction in America. The president traveled to New Hampshire to officially unveil the proposal. The president appeared with First Lady Melania Trump, who is said to be interested in the epidemic's impact on children. The plan's big focus is on enforcement, calling for the death penalty for dealers in some cases. And the president wants to lower the amount of drugs needed for mandatory minimum sentencing. He says it is time to get tough.
We can have all the blue ribbon committees we want, but if we don't get tough on the drug dealers, we're wasting our time. Just remember that. We're wasting our time. And that toughness includes the death penalty.
The president's plan also includes expanding education and awareness and expanding access to proven recovery programs. Today, we are getting a new look at the relationship between social media, parents, and tweens. We're finding technology is certainly changing that dynamic. Now, to clarify, tweens are kids between the ages of 9 and 12 years old. A new poll from C.S. Mott Children's Hospital finds nearly all parents say social media makes it easier for kids to get in trouble. But 61% say it also means they can keep better track of their children. Our Paula Tutman is digging deeper into these results. So, Paula, what does this mean for local families?
I think it means a lot because this poll can really be a valuable tool. So I've been talking to our child expert, Cynthia Reynolds from First Family Counseling, and we've been doing a Facebook Live so that we can dive in between the numbers. It was a poll done at CS Mott, as you said, at University of Michigan, Ann Arbor. 717 parents who had at least one child between the ages of 9 and 12. We got some pretty valuable information, but some insight as well on how to use that information.
The findings probably not surprising to some parents in terms of what they might find when they actually look. Victoria Saunders got a surprise one day with her son Julian's posts.
I'm uncomfortable with him showing his body, so he posted a picture of his shirt off.
Yeah, I had a picture of my shirt off.
He was younger, and his thoughts on it now.
If she don't like it, then I guess it's okay.
They do a lot of things on social media now. I saw some children posting, they post drugs and violence.
And I know that bullying's a big problem online. I think as a parent, you'd have to look at that and make sure that that's not happening to your kids and to make sure your kids aren't doing it.
But there are interesting tools if you read between the lines of the study, according to our child expert, Cynthia Reynolds of First Family Counseling in Bingham Farms.
Even though your child may not have a cell phone, that they're able to use their friend's cell phone. So you still need to have those conversations about social media safety and behavior.
The study found that about 1 in 4 parents were very concerned about their tweens experimenting with sexual activity. 28%, in fact. 27% were concerned about marijuana or other drugs.
Sometimes kids are on social media and they may be exposed to things that an adult is able to navigate. An adult is able to evaluate and look at and handle.
More breakouts from the poll. Some indicated that they use technology to supervise their tween. 55% of parents say they read their tweens' texts and social media to find out information. 39% track their tween's location on a cell phone. And some parents felt a sense of guilt.
Parents shouldn't feel like they're spying. I think that when they're monitoring their social media, what they're really doing is part of parenting.
If you don't, I don't want to say you're one behind them, but you're not knowledgeable or aware of the things that they're going to come into.
You know, one of the other really interesting things that Cynthia said to me I thought was really profound, and she said a responsible parent would not let her child wander the streets by themselves. Well, the internet and social media are the world. So why would you let your tween, particularly your young child, wander the world by themselves. They need help navigating. We're going to put the full study, we'll put a link to it on our website, clickondetroit.com, as well as my Facebook page, Local 4 Paula Tutman. And as usual, Karen, I want everybody else's opinions. So join us there. We're going to continue the conversation here for a few moments and then go on over to Local 4 Paula Tutman because we want to hear from parents as well.
All right, sounds good. A very important topic and very important to talk about amongst parents and kids. Thank you, Paula. Still ahead, credit card security. Some of you might find those new chip cards kind of annoying, but are they working? Also, another airline is apologizing for a puppy problem. We'll tell you what went wrong. Up first, visiting this store was a rite of passage for millions of young girls. But will it be around for the next generation?
Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
Welcome to Detroit and Redford Township. This road separates the two. I'm Larry Spro, and I'll tell you what neighbors on both sides of this street are asking for.
The store where millions of girls first got their ears pierced has actually declared bankruptcy. We're talking about Claire's. The mall jewelry store has filed for Chapter 11, hoping to escape some big debts. Claire's is trying to reduce its debt by a whopping $1.9 billion. The chain says it's confident it will survive the bankruptcy. For now, its 1,600 Claire's and icing stores will keep operating. Meantime, Macy's continues to try to adapt to the ever-changing retail climate. The department store's CEO has said mobile checkout will be added to all of its stores by the end of the year. Customers will use their phones to scan the barcodes. All discounts and rewards will be applied automatically, though you would still need to go to a special counter to have those security tags removed. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines around the world. The death toll continues to rise in Manila after a hotel casino fire. Today, the bodies of 2 security camera operators were found, raising the death toll to 5. During the fire, heavy smoke was seen for miles over the Philippine capital. More than 300 hotel guests, including foreign tourists and hotel and casino employees, were evacuated, some by helicopter. Right now, it is unclear where in the hotel the fire started. Of course, they are investigating. Dozens of homes and businesses in Southeast Australia have been destroyed, and hundreds of people have been forced to leave the area due to wildfires. Authorities are urging people to remain on high alert as bushfires continue to burn out of control in several rural areas. Lightning combined with dry, hot winds could be to blame. Luckily, no deaths or serious injuries have been reported. Paula's back, and everyone's still talking about that gorgeous weekend.
Wasn't it something?
Oh, it was
my gosh.
Just that little taste of spring.
And the timing to do it on the weekend. Now we've started the week and we've cooled things off. But,
yes.
But we saved the weekend.
But
and
no
that's
snow, right, in the forecast? No
well, maybe we'll watch it Saturday. We'll talk about the Saturday part in a minute. But let me tell you, tomorrow, as Karen mentioned earlier, spring officially begins. The actual time is 12:15. And what's happening, the sun is passing from the southern hemisphere to our hemisphere, the northern hemisphere. And that moment where it passes over the equator happens right at 12:15 tomorrow. So that's the time, and we're talking about maybe having a kegger back in the weather office to celebrate. Brandon and I were talking about that this morning. But however you want to celebrate, spring begins at 12:15 tomorrow. So we have 43 degrees right now, east wind at 9 miles per hour, and that has done a number on some of our temperatures. Take a look. Up in the thumb, with that Lake Huron influence, you're only in the low 30s in some spots. Same thing in Monroe County, upper 30s for you with that wind off of Lake Erie, but you get further inland, and we have temperatures that are in the low to mid 40s in places. And here, if that doesn't warm your heart, this is going to really warm your heart. Look at the storm pin shot from Troy. Terry shot this. I think it was sunrise this morning. What a great shot. That's some of the deepest reds I've ever seen in a sunrise in my life. Thanks a lot for sending that in. That is a great shot. Almost feel guilty talking about our quiet weather, and then you look down south. This is a big, volatile situation. You can see the spin right here. Well-developed, potent storm, and we're watching this area, northern Alabama, southern Tennessee, parts of northern Georgia, for not just a big severe weather outlook, but not just in terms of numbers of storms, but we're talking about long track supercell storms with tornadoes, long track tornadoes. So this could get very interesting and very dangerous later this afternoon into this evening down there. But here we are, just quiet and high and dry. A few wispy clouds to the south. Those are going to stay to our south, or they might come in and thin as they move into the area. But basically on the model, you can see the storm to the south staying there, and so it's going to be a lot of rain. But watch what happens as we move from Tuesday into Wednesday. This rain on the North Shield starts turning into snow, And then watch what happens further east. The storm reorganizes, and yeah, depending upon how close this gets to the coast, we could be looking at a fourth nor'easter for parts of New England, literally in about a 3-week period. So that's nasty for them. But again, here we are with high pressure. So 4-zone forecast. We'll go with lows tonight, and we're looking at about 25 in the city, ranging to about maybe 23 degrees over in West Bloomfield and Troy. South zone, warmest actually by the lake. You'll be in the mid-20s, but dropping off to about 23 further inland. Get into our west zone, and we're looking at those temps again, 23, 24 degrees. You're away from the water. Then in the thumb, again, about 23, 24 degrees, maybe a little bit milder as you get right by the lake, but not by a whole lot. So for tomorrow, we're going to wake up to some sunshine and maybe become partly cloudy with a high around 40 in a breezy day, and then we stay dry through the week. Temps are going to stay a little below average, Karen, but look at what we're watching on Saturday. I have us dry right now, but we're going to have another close call with a storm, just like tomorrow's storm, only that one will be a little closer, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Could be some rain or snow in here if it comes further north.
All right, thank you very much, Paul. New proof, celebrity kids are not just like your children or mine. Still ahead, Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter almost spends $19,000. So how does a 6-year-old do that? We'll explain. Up first, how a lost puppy racked up a lot of frequent flyer miles. Trending stories next. But first, as we go to break, take a look at the screen. This is how the markets have closed for the day. Take a close look at the Dow Jones, down more than 300 points. NASDAQ down 137, and the S&P 500 down as well. Here are your automotive stocks. In today's trending stories, Delta Airlines is now under fire for its own puppy problem. Now, luckily, the dog is safe, but what a cross-country trip he had. An Idaho family was flying their new puppy home from Virginia, but the wrong puppy showed up in Boise. They received one of the puppy's siblings who was being shipped at the same time. Their dog went to Detroit, then LA, then Salt Lake City before finally making it to Boise. Delta is apologizing this afternoon for the mix-up, refunded the delivery fees, and is investigating to make sure this does not happen again. Well, many of us are not those huge fans of the chip credit cards. They take longer than swipe cards, and they beep at you when you don't remove the card. So the question is, are they actually improving credit card security? Visa says merchants that use chip technology have reported a 70% decrease in credit card fraud. That protection is limited to point-of-purchase transactions. Scammers are still trying to get your card numbers through phishing schemes or other tricks. Experts say you should still monitor your accounts for unusual activity and make sure to check your credit report at least once a year. Well, this story is getting a lot of attention on social media today. A lot of people talking about Blue Ivy Carter bidding thousands of dollars at an art auction this weekend. Now, keep in mind, the daughter of Beyonce and Jay-Z is just 6 years old. 6. Take a look. This video going viral. It shows Blue Ivy raising the paddle to bid $17,000 on a painting of Sidney Poitier. But she even then boosted the bid to $19,000 before her father playfully wrestled the paddle from her. Producer Tyler Perry, by the way, ultimately won the bidding war at $20,000. Still ahead, runaway goats. These animals were given a job to do, but they had other ideas. We've got the story behind this roundup next.
A scoop of protein powder. It can amp up your morning smoothie or enhance your time at the gym, but do you really need those powders?
Many applications that I love every day for them. However, most people also don't need as much protein as that they think they do.
And you might be surprised to hear there could be an unexpected and unwelcome ingredient in your supplement.
I don't know what's in there really. Or whatever's on the back, it could be something else that they add.
We'll tell you about the study that says toxins that can be dangerous to your body could be inside your jug of powder.
At the end of the day, they're not magical as people think they are.
How you can enhance your workout the safe way, tonight at 11. Hi, I'm Mike Moore.
We've told you about goats being used to clear vegetation, but in one case, the four-legged lawnmowers actually walked off the job. It happened near Atlanta. A woman hired nearly 20 goats to clear her yard. The animals got loose and started helping themselves to the neighbor's grass. Police had to round up the goats and get them back to work.
Oh, no.
Thanks so much for spending part of your afternoon with us. We'll be back in a half hour. Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition next.